How do you track your receipts? Are they a crumpled up mess? Or did you put them in a box? Perhaps you're one of those organized people and you have a spreadsheet and you have files for each and every single row on that spreadsheet and you have exactly everything all perfect. Oh, how much time did you spend doing that? That must really take a lot of time away from your business. What if I told you there's a robot that can organize your receipts for you just as effectively as that spreadsheet and have a perfect link back to all the images of your receipts and let you say goodbye to those receipts and know that each transaction is accounted for. You're not missing anything at tax time, and if you get audited, you have proof of all of your receipts. The answer to that is Odoo and its automation that it has in accounting and expenses to track your expenses coming in, allow submission of reports, and then reconciling those transactions in the accounting module. Let's dive into a demo of how Odoo actually works in real life. First up, I'm going to show how we can create an expense record, and that record was actually made by sending an email to a expense email address. This could be per employee. They would just send in whatever receipts they have, just send an email, attach them, and it goes right into Odoo. They, of course, can also upload those receipts to Odoo directly. But that's how this was made. And then from there, Odoo has automation that it will use to go ahead and recognize the transactions. All right, I have an expense here for a battery isolator switch, 992, and then I can see with the automation from Odoo, it pulled in 992. I missed catching this in the demo, but you can actually see the images of the receipts from Odoo 2 here in the log paper trail. You can just go and click the receipt. So again, back to if you're being audited or you just want to double check something was right, you can go click and see the receipt for any transaction. I just set the category and vendor manually. However, over time, in theory, Odoo will automate more and more of that stuff as it has an example for that. So I'm a single employee in this company here. So I'm going to create the report that there is an expense. I'm going to submit it to my manager, which is me. So here I have an expense report. You can see my expenses on there. You could do multiple at once or you can do one at a time. It doesn't really matter. So I'm going to go ahead and click Post Journal Entries. And then now I'm going to go back to Accounting. Transactions to reconcile. And so I'm looking for that 992 transaction. And there, right there at the bottom, now you can see Odoo's said, hey, I think the most likely pick is going to be that 992 and battery isolator switch. I know that that's the right transaction. And you can look at the dates too. It's 7th versus the 6th, so it took a day of delay. And I'm just going to go ahead and click validate now, and that transaction will become reconciled. And that is a quick demo of how Odoo is able to take your receipts in. It uses OCR and AI to create an expense record and populate with as many fields as possible, and it learns the more you do it, the more it figures it out. Handles submitting the expense to a manager, allowing a manager to approve the expenses. Throughout the whole process, you have the ability to go look at the receipts and see the exact expense, what it looks like on the receipt. And then finally, once the transactions are posted to a journal, in accounting, when those transactions show up over on a credit card or a bank statement, you can click on that and reconcile in Odoo. So now you've got a clean link all the way through the system, approvals, receipts, and then finally an accounting for every single bank transaction, just to improve that accounting experience and make sure everything is correct. If you'd like to learn more about how you can have Odoo be the manager of your receipts and allow it to just take care of that big ugly box of receipts, you can watch more of my YouTube videos, or if you would like to chat with me, you can find me on my website, stevenorvis.com, and hit the contact, or I have a newsletter you can subscribe to as well.